Bangladesh, to the east of India on the Bay of Bengal, is a South Asian country marked by lush greenery and many waterways. Its Padma, Ganges, Meghna and Jamuna rivers create fertile plains, and travel by boat is common. On the southern coast, the Sundarbans, an enormous mangrove forest shared with eastern India, is home to the Royal Bengal tiger. Travelers are advised to obtain a Bangladeshi visa in advance of their trip from the Bangladeshi embassy or nearest consulate in the U.S. The visa is generally multiple entry with a validity of 1 to 5 years depending on your purpose of travel. The fee is $160 USD. Interesting facts about Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a misunderstood country and one which does not receive a lot of tourists. As a result, most people cannot name any facts about Bangladesh without spending some time researching. For example, did you know that its capital, Dhaka, is one of the most populated and the most densely populated city in the world? Or that Bangladesh is a low-lying country that is often flooded? Or that there are still tigers in its marshes? I bet you didn't. There are a lot of Bangladesh facts that are not known to most, which is why I put together this post after my time in the country. Before visiting Dhaka, you should make sure to read this list. There are a lot of Bangladeshis out of the country. You may not expect to read this one fact about Bangladesh, but despite the country being the 10th largest in population in the world, there are an estimated 7.5 million Bangladeshis living abroad. Almost half of these live in India, but another 1 million are in Saudi Arabia and the rest of the Middle East. That is right, 5% of the total Bangladeshi population does not live within its borders but instead migrated to find job opportunities, at a rate of 500,000 annually in the last few years. How is that for an interesting Bangladesh fact? This is most apparent in places like Dubai, where I lived for 5 years and where the majority of the population are expects 83% of South Asian origin working in the service and construction industries. The Bangladeshi diaspora are great help to the economy as these foreign workers send remittances back home which account for 5% of the GDP in 2018, down from a peak of 10% in 2012. This is a similar percentage to that of Filipinos abroad, or Lebanese abroad. According to a report from Nomad, a global knowledge partnership on migration and development from the World Bank, Bangladesh is not the largest country in remittances as total amount. India, China and Mexico receive larger sums, but in relative terms, it is. The country would have 10 percentage points more poor people were it not for remittances. Bangladesh is an incredibly highly populated country of close to 160 million, 8th largest in the world, living in an area the size of Pennsylvania. The capital of Dhaka is the 5th largest city in the world, but it is the world's most densely populated according to the World Economic Forum, with 44,500 people per square kilometer. But that is a useless Bangladesh fact unless fully understood. To put things into perspective, Dhaka's density is 10 times that of Madrid, and 4 times higher than the 9th city on the same ranking, Singapore, where I live, but I can tell you the feeling is 100 times more intense in Dhaka. That is because after Dhaka's uber high density number, the rest of the cities on the list are distant followers, and by the 10th the numbers have dropped below 10,000 people per square kilometer. Bangladeshi food is rather mushy and made of a lot of mashed and curried green and root vegetables, and, since the country is filled with rivers and the sea, fish is the staple and takes center stage. The main dish you will find in every menu is the hilsa fish, a rather bony white fish that is eaten in curry or, most commonly, fried. It is tasty, but it requires a lot of work because the bones are everywhere and hard to remove.